up something, you know I try to pray for you. Even when we're touching, you always make a fuss. Okay, I'm pushing, don't test my patience, I'm trying to pace it. You kept me waiting, I try to pray for you. I try to pray for you. Try to pray for you. I try to pray for you, for you, for you. I try to pray for you, for you. I try to pray for you, for you. I try to pray for you. For you, even when there's nothing, you always make up something. You know I try to pray for you. Even when we're touching, you always make a fuss. Okay, I'm patient, don't test my patience, I'm trying to pace it. You kept me waiting, I try to pray for you. Okay, I'm patient, it cannot wait cause you test my patience. I try to pray for you, for you, for you. I try to pray 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 for you, for you, for you. I try to pray for you. Pray for you.
This live stream is sponsored by SCL, an all-in-one CS2 training platform with a practice server, 2D viewer, and unique training modes like Defense Mode. Defend sites against bot executes that get harder every round. And Trade Fire, a pre-fire mode where enemies actually try to trade you. You can run every mode in co-op and track your progress and stats across all your training. Plus, you get an advanced 2D demo viewer. Use code Crossfire40 for 40% off your first month. That's under $3.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another glorious group stage match here at Crossfire season number 5. We have Celestial Esports taking on AUE ONE. My name is Mr. Henry Batt and I'm joined tonight by a caster I haven't worked with in 10 long months. And it's not really Evan. What's up, dog?
I'm doing great, Mr. Bat. You know, I was just on last night for the same group, actually, so it's kind of like I didn't really leave. But it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. We have the rest of Group C going on for tonight's matchup. If you joined us yesterday evening, you got to see one of the probably favorite teams of Group C get a win against Afterimage. That was the Wannagoons, and now we get to see some of the other talent that this group is providing us, Celestial and AUE. And Mr. Bad, we were having a conversation about this matchup, and I mean, I think we just should jump right into the sort of elephant in the room here. Very, very big skill discrepancy between both of these two teams.
Yeah, and that was kind of the main talking point that we had. We had our banter back and forth, and it always leaned one direction, right? We have an open 1-8 team of AUE ONE standing tall here in Crossfire Season 5, stepping up in a grassroots tournament, and of course they get one of the groups of death, Celestial Esports, a playoff advanced level team led by Fat Guy and Tiski, Fragadelphia LAN veterans, and we were kind of grasping at straws here, but we came to a conclusion. I think we came to a consensus, you and I, that this is going to be a learning curve for AUE ONE, but learning should be their first port of call here, right? I don't see anything less than a 2-0. We're going to try our best to put our best foot forward to support AUE ONE, but I think this is going to be a massive stomping.
Yeah, I think that's really the only way to say it. I mean, like you said, you're talking about an advanced team with land vets versus an open 1-8, and I mean, obviously, you know, you can shock the world. Stranger things have happened. I mean, take a look at NRG Big earlier today. I mean, we've been witness to... I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, man. I don't want to talk about it. We've been witness to some miracles. I don't know if we're going to get one on that level tonight, but I mean, anything is possible, so they say. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when you take a look at it, you had brought up a really, really good stat in our sort of prep for this earlier. In terms of games and pugs played between all 5 players on Celestial Esports, that number 21,977 compared to AUE ONE, only 1,364. So, I mean, right there, yeah. I mean, that sort of tells you the story about where these two teams are at. Obviously, AUE, a team that's sort of on the beginning of their journey, you know, trying to climb their way up the ranking. You know, they've been able to, you know, get off to decent starts. You know, most recent regular season finishing off 7-7, enough to qualify for playoffs, but a first round exit. So strides are being made in 1-8, but still a long way to go. And this is going to be a really good chance for them as an organization and a team to sort of play in leagues outside of ESEA and play against some high-level talent. So hopefully they're going to be able to learn a lot from this experience and try and take some things away from tonight that are really going to help them along the rest of their journey in the years coming forward.
Yeah, that's got to start with the veto, right? What are the maps they're going to want to play? My guess is going to be bread and butter style maps, right? So ban overpass out of the way right away. Perfect call by AUE, right? Very technical map, very deep in the protocols. You need to be able to take bathrooms, take connector, take water, execute on the site. It's a 3 protocol map. Life's easy. They get their first pick of Inferno. This is a very, or Celestial picks Inferno, which is a very good map for them. They're going to be able to control the extremities, heavy banana usage. AUE is going to struggle to take space. Then, of course, they pick Anubis. This is a newer map in the pool, maybe one that they did a little research on. Celestial doesn't play, or maybe they just really feel comfortable on it. it wouldn't be one that I would say maybe pick into. I was hoping to see them grab like a Dust 2 or a Mirage, but it will be Dust 2 to end this off. Now, I don't think it's going to get to Dust 2, right?
No.
But what do you think AUE really has to do on Inferno to put Celestial on their heels?
Well, I think for Celestial coming into Inferno, and AUE has to be feeling good, because in terms of their map picks, this is a map they actually favor quite a bit. 7 and 8 in most recent games loaded on, and it might not seem like a positive stat record, but compared to the other maps, that's their best one. So technically they are starting on a very favorable map. So maybe for AUE you have a little bit of a comfort start come in. Maybe you're feeling a little bit good, and then going into your own pick on Anubis, which is another one, you have a 6-3 record on it if you're AUE, another one that's looking pretty good. But if you look on the other side over to Celestial, not as good. They picked it 0 times, banned it 17 times, 0-3 on Anubis is Celestial. So this isn't a map they're terribly comfortable on. So maybe if you're going to try and shock the world a little bit, I think Anubis is probably the map to do it. But you're already fighting an uphill battle, because if for some reason this does go to Dust 2, that's Celestial's best map out of the pool. 8-4 record showing on Dust 2 in the most recent few months and weeks. So if AUE have it, they need to find it early and maybe try and ride the momentum into Anubis.
I like that, though. I like that they picked into that veto of Anubis. They're taking any advantage they possibly can. And at the same time, I really don't think Celestial cares too much. I think they're looking at this and they're walking through the door unbothered, entering the home, taking what they want, and leaving as if no one was there, right? So maybe that Anubis will be the trip on the doorstep that causes them to smack their head and fumble Dust 2. But it's going to be a long road to get there, right? I'm thinking about CT side start for AUE. They better have great banana control. They better be able to block the choke points from CT spawn. They better be able to play those perfect rotates, not get overzealous. If they call a gamble stack, they have to stick to it. This has to be a chance for them to put into practice everything that they have realistically scrimmed and practiced for throughout 3 seasons of Open. And on the opposite side, Celestial, this is something I mentioned to you. Not that I want to tear them apart, because what position am I to really do that? But like if they lose a 1v1 against a rank 5 Face-It player, that might be something that we can kind of joke about, But this is going to be a faux knife round, and map 1, of course, welcome back to Crossfire, everybody, is sponsored by SCL.GG. Crossfire is powered by SCL. They run 24/7 training servers. You can review all matches in 2D and build real structure into your gameplay. Whether you're grinding alone or coordinating with teammates, SCL has all the tools you need to elevate your game. Head over to scl.gg for more info. Now, this is a faux knife round. This is the map pick of Celestial Esports. So AUE ONE are going to get their side choice, and I guarantee they'll take the CT side. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think this is definitely where you'd want to start, try and get off to a hot start. Also, shout out to the HUD, by the way, for having our only player photo being Fat Guy. Shout out to
Let's
you,
go.
Fat Guy, and the only member of Celestial Esports who has a player icon for this team. But I think for Celestial, you're starting on the T side. I'm expecting them to establish their dominance early. I'm expecting some really fast hits, potentially up banana or over towards this A side. They shouldn't be afraid to take space in this situation. This first round is going to be a pretty good litmus test for AUE to see if they're going to be able to hang with the top dogs here over at Celestial.
It's a fight with a flash towards banana. Drifts gets caught off. Camp kind of stuffs him into the barrel's position. If he re-swings this, he might be lost to the Glock. Drift's ready for this. 9,200 pugs played for one player on Drifts. He's not afraid of these rank 6s trying to push down the banana side. He's got support for lower mid, and this is good from Celestial. Oh, there's that peek with the Glock. First one found. More to come. The scroll wheel on the dualies finds nothing, and his cam paths his way back to site. He's going to get caught. Glock's overwhelmed. That's a B site opened up. The rotation from AUE, nowhere to be heard. Celestial find a first, and like I was saying, this is good practice for Celestial. A chance to really just slow everything down. Allow the IGL to make mid-round calls. Just don't overextend. No one play past their strengths. Win 13-0, 13-0, get this one over.
And I think maybe one downfall for AUE here is that this rotation to get back into B comes very, very late. I mean, everybody hanging over towards A, you know, you're playing where you're supposed to, right? You have your apps player, you have your bracket player, but maybe once that call gets made that they're shooting their way up banana, somebody from AUE needs to be rotating up through bracket to get over towards CT to support on this B site.
They started
Inferno,
3 there. They just,
notoriously,
the patience from Celestial just kind of...
It's true, and with Inferno being notoriously difficult to retake, it's going to be really, really hard if AUE want to retake some of these rounds if they're a little lackadaisical on these rotations.
100%. Fat Guy making a sweet call to just slide straight up mid, smoke towards the Moto, and Fat Guy's pulling the crosshairs here. Finds his way to the opposite side of that Moto smoke, finds a kill through it, and it's just more carnage on site. Destro does his best work from the apartment's position, drifts. Well, quick little pull of that E-brake and slides into sight, critical caught. Overwhelmed, and a second for Celestial.
Now, if you're AUE, I mean, this is not a round you're expected to win, but I think you're really going to want to try and make this a little bit more expensive. That's a nice little swing from Chris, but not able to steal away a rifle for an upgrade as Peppa as well. Going to find one for his troubles. He's looking to try and get an upgrade, but Drifts will deny it. That's Celestial on their conversion, still looking pretty comfortable, but AUE did at least do a little bit of damage onto the numbers of Celestial.
Got to be a confidence booster to get a couple of kills, right? Crisp has 2,
sure.
Critical has 1, Peppa has 1 as well, and of course, we talked about this in Green Room as well. How many of these players do you think have actually played against a 2,500 rated or higher player? My guess, probably none, unless they've been to a LAN, unless they've done some online tournaments, which, looking into them, they kind of hadn't. So this first gun round is pretty important for them. Tiski and Destro started off. The AK sing true, and Drifts continues to just sprint straight up mid. Utility down towards Banana, chips away at Fat Guy, but with the MAC-10, the pressure continues. He slides to find a double, and it's a 3-0 start. Celestial stepping kind of out past what I would expect. That patience from the pistol round, you know, kind of goes to the wayside as they take advantage of the bonus. 3-0.
And I think for Celestial, they're going to be able to really change this pace whenever they want to. I mean, we saw a little bit of a quicker hit there. It wouldn't have really helped either way if AUE were able to take out Fat Guy there. You had the majority of numbers for Celestial wrapping towards this A site, and Fat Guy doing a really good job at drawing some of this attention away. And Celestial, they're just going to do a similar play. Fat Guy just going to send right up Banana, going to get some shots over towards Cam, who's going to have to fall back, but Fat Guy just too good with that MP9. He's hot to trot. He finds their first. Tiski with another. This duo for Celestial doing so much work for this team all season. Oh, look at this. Nice crispy deagle shot from Destro to make this one 3-all. So Celestial now going to have to slow things down and rethink their strategy.
The initial utility there from AUE ONE was pretty good. They blocked the choke point at Banana. Yeah, it sucks sometimes when Fat Guy's just going to jump over half wall, gush you, throw a molly to force you forward and spam through the edge with 1 mag. Like, it is what it is, right? He's just pressing the issue, finding the success behind it. But for them to pull this into a 3v3, it's a little bit tricky now. Cam's going to tuck himself tight into Church, wait for this first fight, and Fat Guy might give it to him. Tiski's rotate through to support. It's well timed, and now he just has to sit and spawn and play cleanup. Easy for the first. Can't collect the second. A little bit of a slippy slurm spray down, but he gets caught. And Fat Guy with a 3-piece making money. Like you said, that's pretty good damage from AUE ONE on a little bit of a half purchase save, if you will. 4-0 for Celestial.
They're at least finding the picks that they need. I mean, obviously it hasn't translated into round success, but they're at least winning some of these duels when they need to. Obviously that last one, you're not in a very good position in terms of the equipment you're bringing to the table, but you're still at least contributing a little bit. Now Celestial is really building up this eco right here as AUE. We're going to get to see their first real chance with the op in hand. That's going to be Peppa who's going to be picking it up. Only 1 and 4 thus far, but for AUE, I mean, this is the kind of guy that you need to sort of get activated. Peppa and Crisp have been these sort of really solid players for AUE in Open 1-8, so I need to see them get a little bit more active. Crisp, you know, is that leading fragger right now, but his team is going to need a lot more from him if they want to hope to get a couple rounds on the board.
this is good utility usage from them. Smokes from spawn to block choke points, mollies to boot, and they're blocking Banana quite quickly. They have a play here to fight back. They're not just sitting back waiting to die solo style. AUE ONE coming into each round with what seems like a good plan here, but now Slippery trying to get active towards mid. He's got no support from the lane side. Destro just doing his best to clear the apps and take a fight. Slippy going to get caught off here quick as Drift spots the shoulder, puts him in the dirt. Oh, no way!
Oh,
Slippy pulls that one back. Drift's asleep at the wheel. Good opening, making a second for Critical over towards Banana, and Fat Guy's overextension leaves us into a 5v3. I was talking in the green room saying they need to get 1 round per map to be happy. This might be their first. Fall back onto site, new plan to be made, and beautiful scenes from the 1-8 open team.
I really want to see how they're going to take advantage of this player. This player advantage now is Destro trying to creep his way over towards this A side, towards Truck, and going to click onto the head of Crisp. Trying to crack open towards this A side. That's going to force Peppa to rotate, and I think for Destro, you're going to get that smoke out towards top bracket. That's going to cause enough of a distraction to potentially make this Banana play more feasible, but Cam holding it down on the B side, able to take down Tiski. So still numbers in favor of AUE, and now it's up to Destro and Cold, who don't really have the health to win a potentially long, drawn-out gunfight. Not a lot of util either. Cold, the last one standing with the op, gonna miss the shot close quarters.
Run!
Does eventually swap to the pistol. He's going to be able to get this bomb down. 1v2, 10 HP. Let's see if Cold can get it done.
Time ticks away. First on the board for AUE. Nicely done. Patience on the site. And that early utility tossed from spawn. You're going to see it. Peppa gets given the utility. He'll smoke lower mid. He'll smoke lower Banana. Celestial Esports, they need to start making better early round plans because their Banana control is relying on Fat Guy just sprinting through smokes. And he got caught that round. There was no mid-round call to be made. And once they did, they pitter-pattered. They took their time to take that space, and it did not work for them. AUE ONE boasts their first. And it's a good-looking first, to be honest. That's Celestial Esports on the back foot, and they need to change a pace here, and they need it right now. And that's a great start. Tiski staples the first to the wall. Slippy, back to the beach.
And shout out Cam as well. Those are 2 big picks. His first 2 of the game, they were absolutely massive to come through to make that round happen for them. And see if they can maybe build off of this momentum. Critical. A little bit of a desk pop, but he's going to be able to crawl his way back towards Banana. Fat Guy still hanging around. Molotovs aplenty towards top, but he's going to rotate back with the rest of his team. Crisp now, he's got a very tall task over on balcony. If he can find this pick onto Deathstroke, this could change the fortunes of AUE ONE. Let's see if he's able to win the swing here. It's not going to have to be Crisp. Peppa, the one to find. It does get traded out eventually, but Crisp still uncleared on balcony. Good to find one, but Drift's the answer for Celestial. And they crack into the A site.
Well, here comes a retake. Fat Guy's here. It is just Critical's rotation off B, and he can't even go for this one.
No.
Site hold not too bad from the AUE ONE guys, right? They lose that opening fight, the speed up from Celestial. A little bit of a early mid-round call for them to just straight up walk lane side. And I was expecting Crisp to maybe peek off the back of that first Peppa op shot. If he did, he had a good timing. There's a low HP from the second op shot that did land. He could have collected his own, but I think he was wary of a second piece through apartments. Now it is what it is. 5-1. Back to the drawing board. CT side's going to have to force down into this one. And Fat Guy still continues that pressure towards Banana, keeping the site very stoic. They can't rotate off. They have to stay to play, and it's, with an opening pick again, not great for AUE ONE, but they'll try again. Why not, right? Buy into this one, boys. Get it done.
Yeah, I think just try and stay positive, and you're going to get a timeout here as well. So AUE, I mean, you're taking the timeout. You still potentially like your chances here. It's going to be... You are able to buy in as well, and there have been a lot of positives that we can take away. Obviously, you are down 4 right now, but like you were saying, a fairly decent site hold as well. I think if a couple more picks land their way, if Crisp was able to be a little bit more effective on that balcony position, I think they maybe had a world where they could have stymied this push from Celestial. But again, these are things that the experience of Celestial is really starting to make itself known. Like we said, this is a team that has a lot of experience together. They are veterans in the server versus a team that's trying to figure out where they sort of sit in the hierarchy of Counter-Strike. So we are going to see some rough edges on this AUE ONE team, but potentially some diamonds in the rough if they can continue to just put in that work and go next.
Yeah, and Celestial's supposed to be that diamond in the rough right now, and we're seeing some small mistakes from them. You know, again, I don't want to be critical of Celestial, because of course they're a great team. But I don't think this should be even a close match, right? 13-1, 13-2 is... Realistically, 13-2 is the most that they should win by, right? Like it shouldn't be 13-3, it shouldn't be 13-4. They shouldn't be losing realistically anything. So... for them to give up one this early, to have a few rounds where it gets a little bit cheeky, yeah, everybody can shoot back, but it might be an eye-opener for Celestial Esports to say, we got some stuff to work on ourselves. They're heading over towards the B site, though, a little bit under-defended, but Fat Guy gets popped. 308 to the chest, puts him down through the edge of the smoke, and it's a fight onto the B site. Destro finds the first. Critical Fever, oh, MP7 back site's going to be a tough customer. Can he find one on the cross? Oh, he can't.
Ooh. Destro, he knows that this position in dark needs to be cleared out, and now with B completely under control, the retake needing to come through from AUE, but just a couple flashes on their side. You do have Peppa with the op, but I don't know if I'm really looking to send him out with the rest of the troops and potentially challenge this site take. I think for AUE, you just sort of have to accept your fate, and unfortunately on maps like Inferno, it can get to this sometimes. It just becomes save city in certain situations, notoriously difficult to retake into some of these sites. And Celestial, they right the ship. Yes, you lose Fat Guy, but a much more dominant and complete round being shown from the C side.
It looked like AUE might have wanted to go for that, but the fact that Fat Guy died mid so early, and he's putting so much pressure towards Banana in other rounds, they just think that someone is close to them. That fight that was found by Peppa early forces them to sit on site, and they just created a crossfire. Bomb site gets overwhelmed at B, and they're like, hey, we can rotate. Wait, there's probably still one here on our flank. Ah, shit. Now we're stuck in spawn. What can we do? And that's the mid-rounding calls. That's the post-play communication that AUE is obviously still working on an open one team. They're still here representing, trying their hardest. But at the end of the day, it is Celestial Esports, right? This is advanced level players. And that small little piece of information gain, or loss rather, for Fat Guy pretty much wins them the round. Keeps the A site hold stuck, and they're able to execute on B free as you like.
Once again, we see Crisp up in this balcony position. Flash is going to be out, though, not going to be as effective, but of course, as soon as I say that, Drift and Destro both hitting the mat, and so does Crisp into the pit as Tiski able to avenge his teammates. 3v3 now. Cold going to get this bomb down, so AUE once again going to be forced to retake. A little bit of an awkward position. 2 flashes to work with. You still have that off from Peppa.
AI prediction loves it 55% for AUE ONE, and they're stuffed at the door. They can't even get in. That guy's right here just holding this. Peppa's waiting for it. A flash, but he goes ahead of it. He doesn't seem to give a damn. Caught from the library side, but the time still ticks away, and it's going to be a 7th for Celestial. There's no way AUE ONE can go for this. If Kit's on 2, but they're already stuffed. They're stuck. Nothing they can find. Consolation frags at the end of the day, I guess, but maybe not, as Cold pulls the P250 out and doubles down. Op no scope from the close range to try to find Critical before the bomb goes off, but it's done and dusted. 7 on the board. Celestial having fun with that one. AUE trying, but couldn't get their ducks in a row quick enough.
Definitely trying, and Peppa, I mean, is so lucky that Fat Guy was flashed and missed his shot there. That was a incredibly ballsy angle to try and swing with the op there, but hey, it ends up working out, I guess, if you think about it. I mean, Celestial do come out with the win. Peppa's still able to reinvest with the op, but a lot more expensive now for AUE ONE. You think if they drop this round, it's going to be a fairly ugly buy as we head into round number 10, but Celestial just doing really good, and Cold now getting a chance to show off his skills with the op to find this opening pick. Is now Celestial. They send Fat Guy up Banana again, but this apartment's push maybe faltering a little bit as Bomb currently down Cold. Let's see if AUE can maybe string together some positive momentum. Now that Drift is down, Crisp not able to transfer onto Tiski, who recovers, and now Celestial once again going over towards this A side.
Critical again out of the picture on this retake. AUE ONE has to wait for him before they can go. They were in this position before. He was in this exact same position sprinting over, and by the time he arrived, Fat Guy had pressured forward. But now the smoke towards Moto's fading. A pop comes through, a deep smoke back in so they can get on to site, tossed by Cam, and Here comes the retake. There's a kit on cam, and they start moving quickly. No one on site for Celestial. They're just sitting in a crossfire. This new elevated position in Graveyard is a pretty powerful one. It's hard to check because it seems easy to overlook. And it is Fat Guy from above to rain death and destruction down on cam and send AUE ONE to a save. 8-1 now for Celestial as they march towards a map victory.
Marching ever so slowly, and AUE, I think, definitely making the right call in electing to save there. I mean, you lose one, it's such a tough position to be in. You only had one kit on the board as well. You got to force the timeout as well. Just not much being shown, but I guess one thing to take away is that Crisp having himself a solid game, all things considered, pulling out the most for his team. It's just not really enough when you have Fat Guy who's just able to create so much pressure against the CT side. He's been so effective at getting sent up banana, just dumping util, and just finding those picks that Celestial need to really either pull attention somewhere else or find the pick to break in and then proceed to execute afterwards. So everything's sort of operating on all systems green for Celestial, and AUE just trying to keep up, but they're slowly but surely falling behind.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Fat Guy's the IGL of Celestial. So when you say he's getting sent up banana, he's sending himself on an info gaining mission, essentially eco hunting every single round, allowing the stars of his team to shine. But, well, his crosshairs finding the mark. Up towards banana he goes again, but he's thwarted by a smoke. And again, AUE, good utility usage. Drift's going to try to slide through the smoke here. Uh-oh.
Oh, this timing.
Slippy, kissing Cousins in the smoke. He's blocked by a Drift, figures it out first. Crisp still does his damage by finding his own in apps. Now a long-range tap fight against Drifts ain't gonna work. A-site cracked open like a nut, and Celestial, well, it's theirs for the taking. Retake probably isn't gonna come in from AUE ONE this time. They're stuck deep down. Banana still fighting the ghost that is Fat Guy, and he's already mollying Library.
Just another situation where AUE, we've seen this one before, I think, last two rounds, a three-man retake on the A site for AUE with Peppa still holding the op. It's crazy. History repeating itself once again, although off to a better start as Fat Guy's lurk gets denied. Critical, adding a critical kill for this AUE side, but I don't think there's still enough to really go off of the smoke out as well.
Look at Drift.
Pam just gonna spray and pray, gonna steal the upgrade. Cold knocks out the offer for AUE, and it's just all falling apart now. Drifts can really put a cherry on top, denying the save as well as Celestial Esports reestablishing their dominance once again.
If they knew what we knew there looking at the mini-map, and that's what I love about being a caster, hindsight's 2020, they get that first pick on Fat Guy, and as soon as that happens, Drifts is already starting to walk down mid. He's already, lack of better terms, drifting away. AUE ONE could have got on site. That op shot was singing from apartments, formed cold 4 or 5 rounds. It was the 5th round, I think, that actually hit the guy in Library. They could have exploited that reload, played a quick trade on site, and that comes down to small pieces of communication. But at the end of the day, it is a 9-1 start for Celestial. Pretty much nothing less than what we expected. It's looking pretty good. Fat Guy's calling a great game right now. Everybody's fragging from 7 to 9 kills for everybody on the Celestial side. No one is over-leading. No one's leading the charge realistically. Everybody is playing as a team and finding that success. As for AUE ONE, the guy you pointed out, Crisp, he's having a little bit of a heater right now. 9 kills leading the server along with Drifts and Fat Guy. So something he can hold his head high about after this one.
It's something. I mean, like, if you're AUE, we were sort of talking about it. You need to try and find the little things in a game like this. And Crisp, I mean, he was one of the players I had highlighted in my notes, you know, highest ranking member of this AUE squad in their last win, 26-17 with a 108 ADR. I mean, this is a guy that has a lot of potential if he can keep grinding and keep, you know, moving his way up with the rest of his team. It's just unfortunate right now when the skill diff is so vast. I think maybe AUE ONE, if we were casting an open 1-8 game, that would probably be a better look at the skills that this team brings to the table, but not really getting a lot on Inferno. Maybe their own map pick of Anubis will get a little bit of a better showing, but time will tell as we wait until the end of this next half. See if Destro is able to return hopefully soon, but until then we will hang out.
I just want to reiterate one thing as chat's up to 28 people, okay? 22,000 pugs played between the 5 players of Celestial Esports. 1,400 pugs played for the 5 of AUE ONE. 22,000 pugs played for Celestial Esports. That's not including scrims as a team. That's not including VOD reviews. That's not including warm-up. That's not including premier games, competitive games, any other kind of Counter-Strike that they might play. Ooh, up towards Banana they go, and okay, here we go. This is a great opening for AUE ONE. As I glaze up the fact that Celestial Esports are terminally online, AUE ONE shut them down towards Banana. They pull the plug.
And I think maybe Celestial just getting a little too greedy coming out of that smoke. Just a meat grinder awaited them on the other side. AUE with a nice power move, but 2 men left.
Why is there no
Drifts
rotate?
and Destro. And
They
yeah,
saw
you
both.
called it exactly right. There's no rotate. We saw this earlier from AUE where call was made that B's probably going to be where it is, but the rotate doesn't come through, and now B completely under the control of Celestial. They're going to at least get the bomb down. You do have a molly to work with from Drifts, a couple flashes, some smokes for Peppa, but Celestial making this a little bit more interesting than it probably needed to be.
This is completely possible for Celestial, but I think AUE ONE has a good plan to get onto site. Utility forces the first fight. They triple swing it, and it's easy one. Destro 1v3. Staples the first. Looks for more. Playing the time. 20 seconds to go. Kits on Slippy. They're patient. AUE ONE expect the second peek, and it's a flash and a slide in. AUE ONE do the damn thing and play the 2v5 to perfection to find a second round.
Oh, they did a very smart play and not giving isolated duels. I think that might have been their downfall. I thought they were going to just send in 1v1 there, but thankfully they had the wherewithal to fix that. So Celestial maybe biting off a little more than they could chew at the start of round 11. But still, it feels like even when they make their mistakes, they're always in a round. They always have a chance to make something happen. These haven't been comfortable round wins for AUE ONE. They've been few and far between, but still worth noting as Celestial looking to find double digits before halftime.
That'd be nice for them. I'm happy AUE ONE got a second round. That retake took some time to come through. We saw them 4 or 5 times in a row try to make the fights happen towards A on those retakes, so I'm happy for them that they were able to communicate that plan, play the 3v1 isolation off the Molotov, flash into swing. Now as we pretty much missed this round, it is pretty much the same as every other round. Just walk onto A, take the opening fights, no trades available for AUE ONE, and Celestial's aim prowess comes through. 6% prediction for AUE ONE, and a step is made. Drifts herds it. Drifts herds it. Drift has heard it. Gold puts him in the dirt. Final kill for 10. Celestial find it.
Not only did he hear it, he also saw a critical trying to make his way back in, but all for naught as Celestial dominate on their T side. We'll get to switch sides for a little bit, and I think Celestial, you take this pistol, you basically have this one in the bag. I mean, I think we can call this one wraps after that. But AUE, I mean, one real last chance to make this one a little bit more interesting, but I think they might already be looking towards Anubis.
Listen, they can shoot. We can see that. It doesn't matter if they're ranked 6, 7, 8, 9 players. They can shoot back. It all comes down to just minutia of teamwork. A missed mid-smoke isn't going to help that. But if Celestial overextends, overpeaks with these USPs, and the crosshairs get drawn, they might get overwhelmed quite quickly. There's only 2 on the A site, and back's turned right now as Drifts slides onto site, and he's getting overwhelmed immediately. USP can't find the mark. His support and Pit is overwhelmed as well. They do well for the first, but the mag's running dry.
Okay.
Onto site go AUE ONE. Oh, nice job to find another 2v2, 2v3 in the post. 3v2 in the post.
Really like how aggressive AUE was coming out on their pistol. I think catching Celestial by surprise, and now they're in a position where they're going to have to try and make an awkward retake happen. Cold and Fat Guy, the last 2 left standing, and they clean house and get it done. AUE, though, that was a really nice pop over towards this A site, catching Celestial, but not able to get it done. They find the opening pistol, and they're in a very, very strong position now. It's all just a formality, these last 2 rounds. Let's look towards Anubis.
Yeah, we thought round 13 of NRG and Big was just a formality.
Well, this is true.
We're here all night,
This
bro.
is
This is going to be the longest game in Counter-Strike history. AUE ONE brings this right back. I believe.
It would be quite a miracle run through if it were to happen. But hey, I'm open to anything right now, and I think for AUE ONE you should be open to maybe try and take some space in Banana, but Cold getting up close and personal. He's gonna try and get something done with the Swag 7 and finds it in the air. So Celestial getting it done with all sorts of weaponry, and Crisp, I mean, ooh, a little bit of a delayed reaction time as Destro slimes him out. 2 left standing now for these T's. Peppa able to find Cold, but has a swath of Celestial players in his path. Match point for Celestial. I mean, what more can you say about how they've been playing in this game?
That was some good shooting from Peppa at the end there. Overwhelmed 1v5. He's got Sound sprinting down mid, fights in apartments, utility going off, and for him to get 2 there, that pressure adds up quickly, right? It's not easy to find frags in Counter-Strike. So, yeah, just grasping at straws here for AUE ONE. They've done well to get 2. Maybe get a 3rd if they can stay together for this fight. Top mid smoke does come through. Peppa, the guy to be tossing tons of this utility for AUE ONE, and the pressure continues. Cold to collect the first, making a double through the edge of the smoke, and there's nothing heard on the other side. Molly does do the final bit of damage, but it comes down to Crisp, and he ain't crispy enough. 13-2. Celestial Esports smack back AUE ONE in their first match of Group C here at Crossfire Season 5.
Hey, I mean, you called it perfectly. I think, what'd you say, a 13-1 or a 13-2? And that's exactly what we got. And it felt like a fairly easy 13-2. I mean, honestly, it probably could have been a 13-0. I think those 2 rounds, I think more so indicative of the mistakes, the very few mistakes made by Celestial in those couple rounds. And for AUE, I think you gave it your best shot. I mean, we talked about it. There were little moments, right? Little individual moments I think you can really take away from this and sort of build off of this positively. Obviously, Crisp coming in and putting up a respectable stat line, all things considered. I mean, we got to see some of the dueling abilities of these AoE players, and like, you know, they were few and far between, you know, in terms of winning duels, but there were at least some that I think were pretty noteworthy.
They won 2 rounds. There has to be a couple.
Yeah,
their A-site retakes couldn't be there. Their rotations were too slow going back over to B when the hits did come through. They had 1 great retake on B site. But again, grasping at straws here. I'm happy that they're showing up to play. I'm happy that every single round there's a plan. I'm happy that they're communicating at least to create a save. No interfighting, no flashes, no team shooting. You know, that stuff that we all hate as North Americans. That happens to us all the time. So they're keeping their heads up. They are taking a break, and we're going to take 1 too. We're going to take about 5 minutes, maybe less. Maybe not even. Will English might keep us here because the next map has already started and they're only 2 minutes away. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a quick little ad break here. When we come back, it's going to be map 2, Anubis. AUE ONE going to try to stave off disaster. Celestial Esports trying to make their mark in Group C. See you in a minute.
This live stream is sponsored by SCL, an all-in-one CS2 training platform with a practice server, 2D viewer, and unique training modes like Defense Mode. Defend sites against bot executes that get harder every round. And Trade Fire, a pre-fire mode where enemies actually try to trade you. You can run every mode in co-op and track your progress and stats across all your training. Plus, you get an advanced 2D demo viewer. Use code Crossfire40 for 40% off your first month. That's under $3.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that very brief ad break because it seems like map 2 is coming a little bit closer than we anticipated originally. Anubis is where we will do battle for match number 2, AUE's map pick of Anubis. And I think maybe we can talk about this a little bit more. I think as an open 1-8 team, definitely an interesting pick to favor coming into a map pick, because Anubis, you know, like you were saying, a little bit newer into the pool. I think this is one that maybe you can get a little turnaround in, you know, some sort of awkward angles, especially with the changes that have come since it's been back in. But Mr. Henry, what are your thoughts on AUE on Anubis here? You're going to be starting on the T side. Actually, we'll hold off on those thoughts because I'm thinking about this HUD, this beautiful HUD that we're looking at. And if you like this HUD, you should check out myhud, because Crossfire is powered by myhud this season, the ultimate customizable HUD for Counter-Strike 2, perfect for casters, streamers like us, and fans alike. Choose your layout, tweak the colors, add sponsors on screen. The sky's the limit. You can even get the full minimap overview. Level up your streams now at myhud.app today.
Mid-fight coming straight down the guts of it, and they'll get overwhelmed immediately. Good utility usage from AUE ONE, but it's a feint over towards the A site, or B site rather, they go, but they get cut down in the pass. Fat Guy pulls the trigger with that P2000, and all of a sudden, it's just Peppa. From a distance, the Glock doesn't touch. He's cut off, and a crossfire, no pun intended, established. He keeps trying, checking his flank, but with a minute 15, he knows the outcome of this one. AUE wanted a good play in there, sprint down mid, play the trades, but it doesn't work when Drifts and Tiski are present.
And Peppa, I don't think, has the bomb either.
No, it's
so this is going to be a really tall task for Peppa now. I mean, he's going to go all the way around the world to try and make this happen, but I think Celestial are reading this correctly. Let's see, we do have players rotating back towards mid. Cold ends it. Peppa tried to make it interesting, but Celestial hold out and outlast. They find their first on Anubis, picking up right where they left off.
This is the map that Celestial doesn't really play, right? Probably a sixth map for them. They all know how to play it, don't get me wrong. We can already see Destro lining up the mid-stairs smoke. This needs to be perfect practice from them. Throw that smoke, play your aggressive stances, flash out the window, take the space towards mid. No one's even going towards A, so they don't care. Fat Guy's just straight through their murder hole and looking for fights supported by Cold. The A site hits coming through for AUE ONE, and they're about to be cut down in their prime. Money being made. Colds and Drift double down, and they don't expect the third and fourth piece from Celestial to already be in water.
Peppa maybe trying to find this backstab, but is he confident enough to walk through this smoke? I mean, hey, he's at least able to pick up one. Another one coming through as Critical hits the deck, but still AUE, I mean, they're able to find picks in bunches, at least in these isolated duels. It just getting stat diffed at that point. I mean, obviously, we're not really expecting them to take that round there with the limited weaponry, but could always be, you know, made interesting, I think, from this side, but I haven't really seen much from AUE, especially on their map pick. I need to see a little bit more confidence being shown on this T side if I'm going to put a little bit more faith in them.
Yeah, another water control coming here for Celestial is towards A main. They have a 3-stack, and I don't want to see them get overconfident like they just did. They need to play perfect Counter-Strike. A great start towards the A main hit. Crisp and Cam find a 3-piece to push through. And another little bit of a aim battle fumble for Celestial. Did the same thing towards water last round. They're doing it again. Drifts overextends, and AUE ONE to accelerate towards the B site, or the B site rather. Messing myself up here. Celestial fumbles in round number 3. Round number 2 wasn't pretty either, let's be honest. They take water control, they overextend for their fights, and they get caught. Oh my God, Cold making it happen. 1v1 and Cam shaking in his boots. Oh, not a chance. Cold with 33 seconds left on the bomb to defuse it. Sticks, holds, easy 1v3 for him, and staves off, well, a little bit of a tongue lashing from me as Celestial survived with 1 to post 3.
Oh, that's just frustrating if you're AUE. I mean, you did everything right in that game. You punish these overextending Celestial players, but you're just giving this Opera these isolated gunfights. You just can't let that happen, unfortunately. And AUE, like we were saying on Inferno, they do the things right in one aspect, but then maybe are lacking some in other respects. So I think for AUE, it's just slow it down a little bit. This is your map pick. Let's take a second to breathe a little bit. We don't need to do anything fancy or reinvent the wheel. Let's just try and take it one round at a time and try and take some chunks in their econ. Let's see if they have some more success over on this B side. Tiski is going to find this first, going to catch that jumping player, but the bodies continue to drop for AUE. Bomb is down though, but they can't convert. A team kill as well from Celestial is not enough to stop the bleeding. The defuse is on, but hold on now, Peppa. It's good to find another one. Oh, wait a minute.
Was that a 1v4 for Peppa with 14 HP?
My goodness. That is
you
the
were just
highlight
talking
of the night.
You were just talking about AUE fumbling the bag, that 1v3. I understand it. They make a great call to sprint back to B. They don't make a plan to get on site. They don't expect cold that close. No stress. Life is easy. That's minor mistakes expected from Open 1-8. Celestial in a 1v4, licking their lips, thinking they're going to get a fourth on the board, and caught with their pants down. One spray from the Galil. That should have been an attack timeout. A head shake from Fat Guy and the boys saying, what the hell are we doing? How is that possible? Nicely done from Peppa to post a first, and they're pulling this one right back. This might be a reason why they picked this map. Clean shooting, teamwork is fine, great mid-round calls as well, and Celestial now scared they might lose a second round.
Hey, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to Peppa, though. I mean, that was bar down, bar none, the best play of the night for AUE, and I think definitely one you're going to want to look back on with, you know, some real pride, I think, you know, and making it interesting. I mean, still not over yet as Drift still alive. Ooh, that's a nice little one tap from Drift, says getting into another similar situation where AUE still hanging around near the end, but Fat Guy
beautiful
in the highway is still able to make some noise potentially. That drop should be heard from AUE as they're going to try and repossession Peppa. And the star in this game so far is going to get this down close with the off. Isn't good to find the shot. And Fat Guy able to find the transfer as Celestial right the ship and get back on the board. Another clutch that goes their way.
Nicely done for Fat Guy to find that 1v2. He gets that first pick. He is clearly nervous. That was a shaky second fight there. The transfer clean of whatever, but spamming through that smoke, sprinting around the obelisk like he's about to be overwhelmed by 3 or 4 zombies. I don't know, that's a little bit of a shaky fourth round. Only one survives, and Celestial doing it the same way they did it over on Inferno. Not super clean rounds. Everybody kind of taking their ones, setting up aim fights. It's working because the diff is there, right? 22,000 pugs versus 1,400. But at the same time, AUE, they're impressing me. An Open 1-8 team, pretty much like death by 1,000 cuts against Celestial Esports.
Well, you're hoping that they can at least stay consistent with that from here on out. Because, yeah, like you said, I mean, this has been all things considered, I mean, not that the bar is particularly high for this team. This has been a decent, you know, a decent showing, at least to start on Anubis. Yes, you're down by 3, but Celestial, at least these last 2 that they've won, they've really had to scrap to get. And I think for AUE, if you're just able to just get a little bit more composed and just clean up some of these mistakes, I think we could be in a world where this game would be a lot closer.
Nice shot from Fat Guy to open it up. He wants to make that gap a little bit bigger, but the trade's too effective, and AUE won. Take a main space, but they don't have to accelerate off this. A miss flash through the window, but a commitment anyways. Cam isolating the fight, backside Cake. It's Destro to destroy a 2-piece. Slows down the hit, and AUE won now. Kind of stuck. Utility reigns back in. Celestial not slowing down on this retake at all. And there is an opening towards B side as that minimap constricts quite quickly. And Celestial making a fast dash back to B. Again, these mid-rounds from them, no one wants to be the one to make the mistake. Everybody wants to be the hero against the 1-8 team. Eco-frag, eco-farm, if you will. And they've now been given a 1v2 on A site. It's just drifts.
No util on the side of AUE as well. You use that smoke to cut off near water, so critical, but you don't really have anything to break into this A site, and if you're forced to rotate, I mean, Celestial, they've already made the call to move, so no matter where you go, somebody from the Celestial side is going to hear this movement. You know, maybe for AUE, you can try and salvage some util off these dead bodies. are able to get at least a flash, but is it enough to really make an impact? Oh, that definitely will help, as Drifts is going to hit the deck. Now Peppa is going to reposition, but going to get right into the crosshairs of Cold, who's now looking to seal the deal for Celestial Esports. Is Critical now in a really tough spot. 1v2, and Cold will shut it down. This double op setup for Celestial is going to pay off. Going to get the defuse as well. And that's the 5th for the side of Celestial.
AUE ONE are making some great mid-round calls right now, right? Peppa stepping up to the mark. 9 kills deep so far with a 1v4 to his name. This is not looking too bad, right? Of course, then if you look towards camera, Cold appears, your eyes go black. Then you're stuck behind Cake wondering what the hell is about to happen as you have this machine pistol. Mac 10, you're going, oh god, oh god, oh god. You step out, Cold puts you down, right? Individual diff stepping up here for Celestial Esports. But AUE ONE still putting on a show for us. I'm liking this. They're making it interesting.
Making it interesting. Ooh, Peppa not going to be a factor in this round for AUE. So that's the op down for your T side. Is Tisky really getting up close and personal? Not able to find it, but Cold is going to be able to. In fact, I think he's just goofing a little bit, pulling out the Negev, making sure that it's going to be at least interesting for the folks at home. Not going to be able to transfer on to Critical, who's too busy inspecting his knife to swing on to Destro. As Celestial, they're starting to have some fun now.
I think they are, but I don't think they should be. I think they should go back to that perfect practice. This is one of those, swallow that pill called pride. You've made some mistakes. You shouldn't. Take a deep breath and say, guys, let's just sort this out. The fact that Fat Guy now has a FAMAS with 7250 in his bank, no. Buy an M4, bro. That's one of those, like, you say something off the cuff when you shouldn't. You can see people are upset and you just keep kind of giggling to distract and stave off humiliation. Now, Celestial's not going to lose this. But the fact that they've given over a 1v4, the fact that they have 1 or 2 alive in most of these rounds, the fact that they're sprinting away mid-round after they complete a retake on A, it's chaotic over there on the CT camp, and the individuals are pulling them through. AUE ONE right now seem like they have better communication. They seem like they're the more well-put-together team on Anubis. It's just the individuals from Celestial and all the maps played. Probably Drifts has more maps played on Anubis than everyone on AUE ONE has in the game, right? So, yeah, I would love to see Fat Guy get himself an M4. Just play proper Counter-Strike. Buy Drifts an M4 as well. Do what you should be doing and take advantage of it. Because if this is the start of your Crossfire season and you go up against wanted goons, you go up against a main team, either the third team after Image, it might get a little scary for Celestial.
A nice double from Drifts. Right the ship. Tisky, I mean, he's been having a great game on the op side for the Celestial side. Pretty quiet, though, only 4 picks, but very impactful when they happen. Flash out, pop for Drifts, but nobody home as Celestial, they're hunting for these final 2 Ts who are slowly but surely making their way towards the A site, which currently vacant, but Cold gonna flash himself in and gonna get himself in position in heaven to try and make it happen. And Critical just not looking where he needs to, and Peppa lost in the sauce as well. Celestial now just really putting on the finishing touches of what would be another impressive win in the series. 4 in a row now after dropping round number 4. And we're gonna get Fat Guy on this M2. Just, we're really getting to see everything in the arsenal of Fat Guy in this round of Anubis here. What's the last time you saw an M2 in a decently ranked game of Counter-Strike?
Well, I play 4,000 rated Elo pugs with Quantum Deathcat all the time, and he's a T-side start. Yeah, he's a T-side start on Nuke with a Negev every round. So I see these guns, they're pretty common for me. I'm probably the first or second best player ever with QDC. So I never see this gun, let's be real, right? So Fat Guy's having a little bit of a laugh over here towards A site. And you know what, I guess he can. But at the same time, I still think he should lace his boots up and play perfect Counter-Strike, right? There's no reason for this. You're getting reps in a direction that you've never got reps in before. It's not going to support you at any time because you're not going to do it against a good team. It's almost a wasted rep, in my opinion. They're cleaning it up easy enough, so I don't want to be too critical. But at the same time, why not? 8-1.
Probably, yes, going to be this 8-1 stat line is critical, left in a really tough spot. I mean, what more are you able to do? I mean, he's just hiding over in his own spawn, just hoping he doesn't get swung. I mean, it's definitely not a great showing for AUE. And again, it's not like we're like, let's be real here. We're not expecting this to be a very close series. I mean, we know what we're in for here, but you're hoping that at least on your own map pick, you're at least going to be able to play a little bit better, maybe a little bit more coherently if you're AOE, and we just haven't really seen that. Just, obviously excluding that one round where Peppa just goes absolutely insane, but there just hasn't been much, unfortunately, for AOE, and yes, I mean, this is pretty telegraphed. We knew this was going to happen, but we're trying. We're really trying to sort of pull out some of these positives for AOE. It's definitely hard, and especially when the score is as lopsided as these last two has been, it's very few and far between, these positive moments.
I think they're playing a great game, man. Like, yeah, it's very hard to say they're playing a great game at 8-1, right? Like, I'm bluffing a little bit, but they're playing against an advanced team. They're playing against 3,000 rated Pug Stars. They're finding opening frags like this because the individuals are messing about a little bit for Celestial. At the end of the day, they're not going to lose this game. But if they played perfect Counter-Strike, it might be a little bit less disrespectful to the AUE ONE guys. Instead of just trying to run it down and close this out quickly, you'd get a good rep. You'd actually get to allow a lesser team a good rep as well. But it's actually coming back to bite them here. In fact, guys, M2 needs to sing, and he's about to get caught in the back. It's a flawless round posted from Celestial as we're grasping at straws for them, or for AUE ONE as we're grasping at straws for them. Celestial
they
overextend.
They heard us talking.
Blakert rating with 20. How was your nostalgia map, my friend? You and Why Not? Crushed it over there, I assume. My life be like, ooh.
Shout out Blakert, man.
Ooh.
But hey, we'll bring it back to this game here. I mean, you sort of obviously you blink and you miss it, right? When we're sort of poo-pooing this AU East team, they come back with a flawless win, and now let's see what they can do. Slippery, he's gonna upgrade to the M2, but he's not gonna get a chance to use it as Fat Guy shuts him down, and as quickly as that last round is over, this one surely to follow next is Crisp once again isolated in a very awkward spot. No bomb as well for Crisp, so he's gonna have to try and do his best, but not good enough. Cold shutting it down 9-2, the exact same scoreline, Mr. Henry Bat, right before halftime on Inferno. So once again, history repeating itself.
Mag 7 for Fat Guy, maybe? Yep. More fun to be had. XM in spawn for the retake. Double op, triple op setup. And a perfect purchase for AUE ONE. Yeah, why not? They're going towards B site. This is something set for them, right? They're going to walk over Cold. He's alone. He's in E-box with the op. He's flashed off the line, and he's caught. Gets himself good for one. Looks for another towards Pizza.
God,
and he capitalizes. Pays the price, though, backside as he stays. Nowhere he could really go, I guess. Tiski gets himself another, and it's just an easy cleanup on the flank. Bomb can't get posted. 10 on the board for Celestials. They run it down to halftime.
Running it down at halftime, and I mean, business as usual for Celestial, and now we get to see them on the T side, which I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think they're going to do pretty well. I mean, we'll see, but, I've consulted, with the experts. I saw it in a vision. I think Celestial is going to do pretty well to open this T side here. Let's see how they do it. Maybe pulling out the strat roulette as everybody just really taking it slow now. And I think it's very clear that Celestial is just going to have some fun with this. Maybe a little bit of a boost setup. Like in all those cartoons when like the kids try and get into the R-rated movie and you like stack two on top of each other, put a trench coat on. That's kind of the strat we're seeing in Spawn right now from Destro. But hey,
I might be
we'll see if
but I don't like
see if
this.
that happens.
I hate this. This is like I don't know. It's just disrespectful to me. Just
Chris?
play your game of Counter-Strike. Just run at them, win the game. Don't just give them these ones. Like, they know what you're doing now. And you're not supporting the next wave of Counter-Strike players. Like, you're teasing them almost. If you were to play proper Counter-Strike, perfect Counter-Strike, and smash them, and you say, good luck, have fun, GG, right? You don't do any of this. It's a more respectful way to beat up on a lesser team, but to crab walk into B main and just get popped, yeah, you're giving confidence of 4K over to Crisp. But to me, that leaves a sour taste in my mouth for Celestial Esports. I don't know. I'm just an old head. That's all.
Well, we'll see. Hey, maybe they're trying to give them some layups here, because I mean, it's been Celestial all day pretty much. I mean, we really haven't gotten a chance to see what AUE can do. I mean, obviously, yeah, sure, it's a little bit tough when, you know, you're just slow walking into sight, but at least now it looks like we're actually trying to make something happen. Celestial, they do lose your first two soldiers here, but drifts out in E-Box. It's going to be good to pick up one on Slippy. See if he's able to maybe transfer onto this remaining player of Crisp, as now the reinforcements on the way, as Fat Guy looking to retrieve the bomb. Now the execute is slowly brewing, as Fat Guy going to be leading the charge, going a little bit around the world, and kind of like what we saw in Inferno. Honestly, kind of surprised that AUE haven't rotated as quickly yet. I mean, we still only have Peppa, the only defender, on the B site. You know this is where the execute's going to come from, and we're just leaving him to die, essentially. I mean, Critical, sure, has a chance to come through Palace, but Smoke is through there. Bomb is down, Cold is waiting for him, and now it's all up to Cam.
That single layup is all, I guess, AUE ONE gets gifted from Celestial. And winning this second round is sometimes stronger than winning the first, right? Especially when you're going up against a team like this. This is going to be 3 M4s handed over to Celestial for round number 11. Or round number 15, I guess. They're round number 11. And AUE ONE is going to have nothing. They're going to have this ump. Unless Cam dies from the E-Box position. So a good return to investment, I guess, for Celestial. Drifts make it a little bit more expensive. Cold not allowed to stay to play. $600 more for Cam as well. And that 3M4 dream is down to just Fat Guy. Purchase can come back, but that's 11 posted. 2 away from closing this out quick as you like. Celestial Esports. Done with the fun, I think. I'm done with the fun.
Yeah, I think it's business as usual now for Celestial. And I mean, now that you kind of put AUE in a pretty awkward position late, I mean, it's going to be a Herculean effort to get back in regardless, but losing that conversion makes this buy so awkward for AUE. I mean, you have the hero rifle in Crisp's hands, but not much else. I mean, a couple smokes and a molly to work with, but when you have guys on Celestial that are not afraid to run it down, and they will. I mean, you have Tisky and Cold bringing out the shotguns here, so they're definitely going to be looking to get aggressive as they break into the site here. So we're just getting completely off-boxed into the site. Drifts and Fat Guy finding those first two, and now AUE, once again, looking at another retake.
Another 3v5 retake on the A site. Very reminiscent of Inferno. And with an M4 in Crisp's hands, he gets himself one. Oh, he took the silencer off it. Greasy, I like that. Gold going for the $900 pop to the chest. Finds the first, makes it a face and a double. Crisp doing his best work. Pulling this one back to a 1v2. And this is within everybody's wheelhouse at AUE, because Celestial likes to give these ones over. Spots the first towards Pillar. Takes the bait on the jiggle, does massive damage to Drifts as he just plays with his food. And it's Fat Guy to defend the cake. 12 on the board. Celestial match map series point in AUE ONE are going to have Crisp in the next round with an M4. That's about it. 2K for the rest. He can drop one. But 9 chances.
Bringing in that M4 and considerable amount of util as well coming in, so that's at least something for AUE. They're going to have more tools in their pocket, despite the fact that, you know, it's match point and we're not really bringing a whole lot of weaponry to the table here, as Celestial looking to put the finishing touches on what has been a fairly dominant affair. Nice little day in the office as Chris just getting this rush in, going to be rewarded with this pick on a Tisky, so early aggression being rewarded, but Drifts just continuing to put in work with a shotgun, and Celestial find their answer.
Nice little $600 boost for him, but it's the Deeg to put him down. Peppa's been striking hard, 12 and 12. Crisp is at 18 kills right now. What? This guy's numbers are just adding up. Fat Guy is going to finish it towards E-Box, finds the first, blocks his buddy. They're just kissing cousins in the smoke. He's asking for a little Bogdan's Law, but Gold doesn't seem to give a damn as he puts Crisp in an early grave. Peppa strikes again with the Deeg, looking for more from a distance. The rotates are here this time. Cam has made his way through Temple, and Fat Guy Exodus quite quickly. Low HP for him. And Destro alike. Destro's got to make a little bit of noise. There it goes. Keep them stuck on site. The bomb's going to go down, and they might even try to re-clear B site.
This is just... They are just absolutely playing them like pianos right now. I mean, they just didn't see this coming at all, and this is... You know, you don't want to say an impossible retake, but... This is going to be pretty challenging. 2 offs on the side, and I don't think AUE is ready for this. That's 1 down for the count as Cam. He's going to have to go quickly. He does have a smoke and a kit, so this is reasonable if Celestial can't find this pick through the smoke. Destro, he's going to have to try and spray and pray, and he just taps him. Ooh, just barely on the fadeaway. Ends it. A little ugly at the end there, but Celestial make it happen. Having a little bit of fun near the end. 13-3 and 13-2. All things considered, as dominant as we expected coming in from Celestial. Almost threw it away at the end, though. I can't lie. I mean, that was almost a pretty bad throw.
Yeah. It's, I'm trying to find words that don't make me sound like a bad guy during a grassroots Counter-Strike tournament in North America. But I'm not a fan of how Celestial played that, right? We saw the piss around on Inferno, and it was extreme patience. And I was like, oh, shit. These guys are going to take their time. They're going to play every round perfectly. They're going to exploit the weaknesses. They're going to use good communication. They're going to follow the call of the IGL. They're going to correct mistakes. They're going to play the opponent as if it was a major. That is the respectful thing to do in my mind. But instead, it's just solo fights, jumping around, everybody doing what they want to do. Yeah, they win the rounds. The skill diff comes through. Those weren't clean rounds. Can you name one super clean round from Celestial over those 2 maps? One that glaringly stands out.
I mean...
Right. Can you name one clean round from AUE? They had a flawless first rifle round on Anubis. So with the fact they only got 5 rounds total, 20% of them was a flawless round. Celestial didn't have a single round in my mind that says that was absolute insanity, great work, good, perfect play. So it's... GG's, of course, they won. They smashed them. At the same time, they didn't. Celestial didn't learn anything about their team. They just had fun and brushed it off, and it was a chance for them to really just, cross the T's, dot the I's on minor things that they need to work on as a team, and I don't think they did any of that. They won. They got their point. Congratulations, but I just don't think that they got anything out of that. That's my opinion. I'm the bad guy. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I could see the argument for that. I mean, like, yeah. we were sort of talking about how this was a fairly, we knew how this was going to go. I mean, and I totally agree with you that, when you're playing in situations like this, you absolutely should be respecting your opponent, and you don't want to play down to competition. I think that's the word that you would want to use there. But clearly, I mean, Celestial, this is a team that they just play very well together, and I mean, maybe trying these unorthodox stats, maybe that's their way of maybe giving AUE just a better chance, because let's be honest, if Celestial was playing like this is a frag event or a major event, then it wouldn't even have been a competition. This would have been 2 13-0s or 2 13-1s back-to-back. So I think just doing some of these things to just maybe have a little bit of fun, maybe build up sort of like the vibes of the team, because that's another thing that you don't want to take for granted as well, that sometimes having fun with your team is good for bonding in situations like this. I think for Celestial, I think this was just the result of this being such a huge gap in skill. I think when we see them again next time, I'm expected to see a much cleaner and very well prepared version of the team, because again, like we said, this is a group that has some really challenging competition. So I'm expecting to see a fairly you don't want to say competent, but I'm expecting to see a locked in version of Celestial next time we see them. Say a little bit of an off day, a little bit of a fun day. They still got the win, and for AUE, I think next steps, just try and move on from here. Just learn as much as you can, and just try and apply it best you can. I gotta give a shout out though we did have the best clip still coming from Peppa, I think.
Yeah.
I really do think that was, probably the best individual highlight of the night. So that's at least something to take away from. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that's how many 1v4 clutches are there in Crossfire Season 1, 2, 3, and 4? You know what I mean? So, like, not just a highlight of the night. That's the highlight of Crossfire Season 5 so far, in my opinion. I don't know if there's been a 1v4 or 1v5 that looks better than that with the skill gap that was applied. But yeah, just to beat a dead horse real quick. Thanks for pulling me out of that negative grave there. Celestial finds the victory.
Try my best.
GG's to them. AUE ONE are going to watch the VOD. They're going to learn something. They're going to come back. They have at least 2 more matches, as that was their opening match for Group C in the group stages here. But I think that's all from us here tonight. Evan, do you got anything else, or you want me to wrap this up quick?
No, I think we've said what we needed to say. I mean, I think we've yet to see the best from Celestial, and for AUE, let's hope we get a better version of what happened tonight.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I just want to give a big shout out to our observer, Cameron, and the man behind the scenes flipping screens, Will English Production. That guy over there, that's not really Evan. I'm Mr. Henry Batt. Your chat. We'll see you guys next time.
This live stream is sponsored by SCL, an all-in-one CS2 training platform with a practice server, 2D viewer, and unique training modes like Defense Mode. Defend sites against bot executes that get harder every round. And Trade Fire, a pre-fire mode where enemies actually try to trade you. You can run every mode in co-op and track your progress and stats across all your training. Plus, you get an advanced 2D demo viewer. Use code Crossfire40 for 40% off your first month. That's under $3.
You always make up something, you know I try to pray for you. Even when we're touching, you always make a fuss. Okay, I'm pushing, don't test my patience. I'm trying to pace it. You kept me playing, I try to pray for you. I try to pray for you. You know I try to pray for you. Even when we're touching, you always make a fuss. Okay, I'm pushing, don't test my patience. I'm trying to pace it.